It's getting closer to Halloween! YugiNoNo! So since we are getting closer and closer to Halloween, not to mention Friday the 13th is tomorrow, I just felt like the need to discuss this new Archfiend card that got announced to us yesterday. I don't know how I missed the announcement of it yesterday. I'm really into Archfiends. I always loved the way that Archfiends looked. I mean, if you guys remember, a long time ago, I came up with like my own Fiend deck. It was like this pure Fiend deck when I first started Yugi-tubing. I mean, maybe 5 of you will remember that. But it was really cool. I am very fond of, all my old Fiend cards that I've had for years and years and years. Matter of fact, I still have them. And it's just cool to see Konami release more Archfiend support, or at least, cards with Archfiend in the name. But really quick, before I get into the discussion of the card itself, I have to promote the TruthIsStranger.com. If you guys are into spooky stuff and urban legends and ghost stories, and all that stuff, then be sure to check them out. I will have the link to their website pinned down in the comment section. But let's get into the discussion of this card. This article says, more legacy support is confirmed for Extreme Force, this time with generic Fiend support under the Archfiend theme. This card is called Demon no Yugioh. Yugi boy. But its English translation is Call of the Archfiend, which is pretty cool. So it's like Call of the Haunted. The art on this card is amazing. You have Dark King of the Abyss on there, and just like, just classic Archfiend art, really creepy, very Halloweeny. It's very cool. Its effect reads, you can only use this card's first effect once per turn. It only has 1 effect, so I think it means that you can only use this card's effect once per turn. Target 1 level 5 or higher Fiend type monster in your graveyard. Discard 1 Fiend type monster from your hand, and if you do, special summon the target monster. So this could technically be used in Burning Abyss, you know what I mean? Because Burning Abyss will trigger, no matter what. They don't miss timing, when they hit the graveyard. But what level 5 and higher monster would you really summon? I mean, if you were playing, some like cheeky, techie deck that was playing some sort of high level Fiend monster, maybe. But I mean, let's be real. This is going to be Dark World support, okay? Because, you want that Grappa out. Grappa is your main boss monster in that deck. And I mean, the whole goal of that deck is to really turbo it out. I mean, if you think about, Dark Worlds historically, it's always been draw, pick cards out of your opponent's hand, set your opponent's hand, and then just have a Grappa on the board. That's what Dark Worlds have always done, of course, with the help of, other cards like Mind Crush and Skill Drain, and everything else. I mean, if you think about it, Dark World really hasn't been defined by its archetype, you know what I mean? Because, they have to, trigger when they're discarded, not by cost, but by card effect. And so they have always been defined by their support cards. And this is a very interesting support card. So I'm really excited for this card. I'm really excited to see what else comes out in Extreme Force, because I think Extreme Force is going to be a lot like Secrets of Eternity, because Yu-Gi-Oh! History kind of repeats itself. I mean, we have a green box set, yellow box set, red box set, I mean, Duelist Alliance, New Challengers, and then Secrets of Eternity. It's very similar to now, where we have, Code of the Duelist, then Circuit Break, and then, we're going to have Extreme Force next. And if history won't repeat itself, we're going to see a lot of miscellaneous support for a lot of different archetypes come out of Extreme Force, and this is kind of an example of that. Maybe this is the first example of that, or maybe it's not the only example that has come out. Maybe I missed something, but it is really cool to see, Dark Worlds get like some low-key support. Just off of the top of my head, 2 cards I could think of that came out of Secrets of Eternity that were support for, older decks were Unizombie and Kwakimaru Overload. Kwakimaru Overload was support for Rock Stun, which is kind of a fan-made deck, but it was kind of like an intentional fan-made deck. I mean, let's be real. Out of all the Kwakimaru cards that came out, besides like the obscure ones that are cited in random decks, Rock Stun was like the best, archetype deck. It was like the best deck that really came out of that archetype. That's what I'm trying to say. And then Zombies got Unizombie. I mean, Unizombie was a fantastic card, and it still is a really fantastic card. Zombies still play it to this day, and it was really good support, really good legacy support for zombie decks that came out in Secrets of Eternity. And those are just the 2 examples that I could think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there was a lot of other cards, for different decks that came out in that set that I'm just not thinking of right now. But the point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that Extreme Force could follow in those same footsteps as Secrets of Eternity and come out with some really sweet legacy support that we could all enjoy. And now that I think about it, Dark King of the Abyss is on that card, and I think, yes, I have it on here. Very cool. And it's also really cool to see, old artwork like this guy see legacy support, very similar to Skull Servants or anything else that has got legacy support. Dark Ruler Hades, in the artwork, Sengan in the artwork, just all that stuff is just really cool to me, and I'm glad that Konami has been continuing to do that. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this video. If you want a signed card off the card wall, then please be sure to check out my Patreon rewards, or if you want to be in a video, all that stuff, I have several different rewards on there, so be sure to check that out. But until next time, guys, be sure to dick slap that like button and subscribe. Subscribe!